In this video, we're just going to be doing invitations and affirmations from our 18s, remaining on board with that positive feedback loop. All right. So while we have the amber resin stoking, I'm going to get out the mystical shaman and we're going to get started with the invitations coming from our 18s, angels, ancestors, and ascended masters for the collective. All right, here we go. Into the mystical shaman. The first card and only card we have on the table at the moment is the beloved. And this card is one of the many that I share on this channel that inspired the song that I wrote. The soul remembers. Because this is about seeing all things through the eyes of love. All things through the eyes of love. The recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. So the invitation, as I just read the essence, for the collective from our 18s is to learn through the path of love. Expand being through union with another. And when you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. Beautiful. I put a little more of this amber resin on that. There we go. Ooh. More of it melted on my finger than actually went on the charcoal. It really does have a low melting point. It smells so good though. Like I want it on my skin, on my clothing. It smells so good. Doing what love asks of us. Beloveds. Doing what love asks of us. We're going to make a full pass And there it is. All right. Interesting combo. We have the coyote and the hummingbird. So, the invitation of the hummingbird. The buzzing you feel is the sound of your hummingbird wings preparing you to say yes to a new adventure. And this is not the time to linger on what has gone wrong, but to trust in the rightness of the moment and take bold action. Trust that success is assured, even if you must face tests and challenges to reach your destination. Know that all will be well, because the all is in the small. And the invitation of the coyote. Paying special attention to detours, disappointment. They are true tests of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit, yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this. Coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you've set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when Coyote calls your name. So this falls in alignment with what I was saying earlier in the week with the 7-day outlook. Something along the lines of the divine just wants to make sure that we can handle the accountability for the assets that are being held back. Also something along the line of certain gifts that require a bit of practice, so to speak. Like I'm hearing, don't put the carriage in front of the horse. Yeah, something like that. Alright guys, I had to get up and close my studio door. So here we are. Leaving off with the message of not putting the carriage before the horse. So don't get ahead of yourself. and just do what love asks. Don't get ahead of yourself. It's like there's a method to the madness, but also there is like a certain order of things, for things, and of things that the collective is meant to be partaking in. Doing things out of order. There's like an air of caution about this. But mostly just doing what love asks of you and not getting ahead of yourself. Let's keep going. One more pass. One more pass. And it was a full pass. So, we're going to go into the immediate orbit and environment of the collective, and we have the luminous warrior. The luminous warrior. Reminding us it's important to focus on our power, wisdom, and beauty. Do not be seduced by what seems wrong with you or with the world. Remember that intention follows attention. So focus on your positive traits. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. There it is. So that's part of that proper order of doing things, even when it comes to doing what love asks of you. There will be little need for action as you resolve all situations from within. Beautiful. It's just like yesterday, I said in my post that I got a little bit triggered, but it wasn't me. It was the ego. And also very transparent about that in the comments. The ego was triggered, and instead of engaging with it and the buffoonery of it, I took the rest of the day off. And it's not the same as running from something at all, because I'm facing it by being here and doing things my own authentic way, regardless of what others think of it. I've always been transparent about how I like to write things down and get composed for a lot of my messages that are more or less spoken word. I don't claim to be an improv artist at all. I can. And I may. But it's all authentic and it's all genuine. And I love creating compositions that can be turned into a spoken word vlog. So that's what I do. And that's all I really have to say about it. I don't have to validate crap to anyone, or for anyone, for that matter. Just like that shorts video that I shared in my post section. She cooks and roasts. I love that channel, by the way. You should go check her out. She is wise, but also funny. Like comedic. And it's inspiring to like embrace that part of myself as well. But you know what? She said in so many words that messiness isn't always loud. They can be polite and still be sliding in those subtle digs. And we're not here for it. Period. Never again. Never again. Yes. Feed your light with more light until you feel truly empowered. And that's exactly what I did yesterday. I wasn't running from anything. I was practicing what I preach and pouring light into myself in other ways, including literally going out and laying in the sun. And it felt great. I'm going to do it again today. Yes. Being tempted to follow lower instincts. It's a no bueno. And I learned a little something about somebody yesterday. Because as they were sliding in that subtle dig, they went from having no expression on their face at all and looking rather serious, actually, and quite stoic, to having a devilish grin as they were saying what they said and reading what I texted. And I thank the Holy Spirit for showing me that. I truly do. And I send them light. I send them light. Prayer. What does the beloved speak on? Not assessing another on their personality. Not confusing their personality with their divine nature. There it is. Sending them light. Sending them light. So, now we're going to bring in my own handwritten Akashic Smack Stacks for a bit more of what our A-teens would like us to know at this time. Messages from our angels, ancestors, ascended masters, or otherwise our higher selves. For the collective. in support of that positive feedback loop, working light, sending light, instead of engaging in the polite chaos. People can cause trouble in your lives and be smiling in your face the whole time. Interesting. Leo energy is on the table, the 5th house. Let's take a look at that one. But also, already immediately in our orbit, we have safeguard, your guides, and they will safeguard you. We are being guided to share in more meaningful ways. Okay. Striving for progress, not perfection. And we'll stop here, pulling from the bottom at this time with the Aries energy, otherwise known as the 1st house of identity, personality, and vitality. There it is. Dealing with others who are very impatient or cannot just wait for things to happen. They were being impulsive, and we caught it, perhaps even competitive. But their aggression makes them appear emotionally weak. All right, we also have Leo and the energy of the 5th house, romance and self-expression. The house of pleasure, expression, and creativity. A tendency for dramatics if they feel they aren't getting attention. Drama lovers, arrogance. Love to bask in the spotlight. Tend to only focus on themselves. They're inflexible. This is not me shaming anyone by any means. This is the meaning of the energy when others are bringing in that quiet and polite chaos. Behind that, we have the energy of Sagittarius, the 9th house. The house of self-discovery, philosophy, and higher learning. Dealing with others who may anger when they feel restricted, are sometimes hasty and expecting instant results, but are also non-committal and impatient. Sometimes this happens on the path of self-discovery, though, beloveds. And whether they're older than you or younger than you, it's totally given off that, like, I've been there and done that already. But you don't get a trophy for behaving like a meathead type of, like, been there. We grew out of that. Every single one of us have moments when we may have to take a couple of steps back. But we resolve those egoic attacks quicker each time. Let's keep going. No longer focusing on that external energy. See, I couldn't even say it without my tongue, like, feeling like it suddenly swelled for a split second. Attacking our throat chakra. What is meant for you will make its way to you. And that's a message for them as well as what is stolen is also cursed. Search for truth instead of stopping at assumptions, releasing interferences. God's endorsement validates you. Now remember, anytime it comes from the bottom of the deck, it is already in our environment and immediate orbit, as well as you are someone's happy place. If it doesn't feel like sunshine, I don't want it in my bubble. I don't want it in my bubble. I don't want it in my bubble. If it doesn't feel like sunshine, we don't want it. Now, in terms of this clump right here that was sticking out for us, there is no doing involved in being. We already are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Kindness always returns. There it is, affirming that message of doing what love asks of us. We have Aquarius energy, the 11th house, liberation, freedom, straying from the norm to pave the way for the new, evolving, beloveds. Uranus, Saturn, victims of their own personality, unpredictable, it's like others were trying to put restrictions on our authenticity and how we express ourselves in authenticity. I can because I am. I can create even when it's not perfect. I acknowledge and appreciate all of my amazing qualities. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, A-Team, angels, ancestors, and ascended masters. Protect your energies. How have you been selling yourself short? Let us take care of you and keep you safe. Signed, Army of Angels. Our strength. Let us take care of you and keep you safe. Forgiveness is bliss. I hope you can forgive me. I didn't know how to love. Reset. The strength in your silence is driving them crazy. It's part of one of my songs that I wrote. Sometimes I've flipped these cars, actually. And, like, for myself, by myself. And it inspired more writing. So, yeah, that's how that works. What you are is what you attract. Listen to your intuition. Take action with more specific intent to improve your ability to manifest. Stay positive. Beautiful. One more from this one. Both the question and the answer can be found in the process of expansion and adaptation. Our allies, which is our A team, are working miracles on our behalf. And that's already in our immediate environment, as well as stay connected to your angels. And know that the solutions will not be found in the same space as the issues. All right, there's that. And we have another one. Furthermore, what our A-team, angels, ancestors, and ascended masters, our allies, what do they want us to know at this time? Okay. We'll do it this way then. Grab the little bunches sticking out the most. Through fasting and prayer, we overcome our past decisions less desirable. Some of you may disagree when you come across that message, and that's fine too. Let's get uncomfortable, exiting the comfort zone, pursuing ambitions, overcoming every obstacle. We are fully supported in the astrals. Stay true to yourself through the tests of life, emphasizing honesty, kindness, shaping our future with a fulfilling path created and positive growth. Virgo energy, or otherwise the 6th house of health, routine, schedules, and service. Writers, publishers, That's me. Well, I'm a producer more than I would claim to be a publisher, because I don't have all the necessary tools to be a publisher. But I do publish content on YouTube, so there it is. And this isn't just about me. This is a message for all of us, that Mercury energy with Virgo. Healthy habits. Continuing to work on our communication. But also an expanded world view. So thank those experiences and tests that are transmuted into an expanded world view. Sometimes we act without thinking, working on communication, like I just said. Back to back. Communication is right here. Working on that. It's our duty even. And then confirmation right behind it. Work on communication. Stay golden and be someone else's sunshine for today. Your sincere prayers will be answered once you command them into life. Every breath holds deep, profound awareness. And unshakable, unbreakable boundaries and standards. Is it the ego? Of course it is. Can we beat the ego? Probably not. Some boundaries and standards are necessary to keep everyone involved in a stable, secure space. That needed to be stated. Here's one. Don't critique my work unless I ask. Unsolicited critique is a no bueno. I'm not incompetent. I'm actually quite adept. All right. Let's go back into the immediate environment of this one as well. Not all people stay forever, but the lessons, when integrated, last every test of time. That's right, not everyone stays. And there's no need for dramatic exits. Forced or any otherwise. Also coming from the immediate orbit, there is no real peace unless the benefits are extended to all. There it is. That's why I said earlier in the video, just continue working the light and sending light to others. I belong here. I am worthy of that which I desire. Okay, repeat after me, it says. Repeat after me. Know it. Affirm it. Feel it. Believe it. I belong here, and I am worthy of that which I desire. Or otherwise, I am worthy of everything I get done, that I do. So are you. If you don't shoot, you will never score. You are worthy. You are enough. It's worth a shot. Perhaps even a 3-pointer. From behind the paint. There is no fourth wall. We are a crystalline plasma ball. Bars. When we force fruition, we end up with bad apples, but great lessons. No more falling victim to fear. And something that we have been putting off is ready for takeoff. Flying high, but not flying commercial. That's right. I can fly too. I can fly too. Alright, we're going to draw this to a close. I did say invitations and affirmations. So we're going to bring in a bit more from the universe has your back. Messages from our A-teams that would continuously contribute to that positive feedback loop. Angels, ancestors, ascended masters, and allies in all forms, acing these tests. Our A-teams are on their A game. Let's go. No wonder that 3-point shot came in. Knock, knock. Ooh, that was quick. When I lean towards love, I am led. The message just came full circle right here. Let's see what is already all up in this immediate environment. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. And let's just focus on today. Let's just focus on today, beloveds. Listen. Just for today. I recognize that I have chosen fear, and I choose again. I choose love. Actually, make a pass here. Nothing came out. Oh, there we go. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. And I surrender to a power greater than me. One more. Oh, come on. Nothing wants to flip. So we end up doing something like this. Because they slide sideways, but they don't come all the way out. So I honor how I want to feel. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. And happiness is my birthright. We're going to leave it alone from there. That's the message. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in for this much needed, we'll call it working our light session here with our A-teams. And it worked out rather well. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. Multiversal Soul Amelia, with much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings.